Let's get started. It's 3:30 Central. It is time to trade. So let's just dive right in. Today we're going to look at like that. Yeah, there we go. I'm a little bit smaller than that. No, we'll do that. All right. So first things first, let's take a quick look at what the Forest algorithm did overnight. And let's see. This is 15-minute chart of gold. It's the only thing I have this particular trading robot doing. I got in here at who knows what time of day that is, 8:15 last night, and then got out this morning, sorry, about an hour and a half later, and hit the trailing stop on that moving average there, which is pretty good. Look, I mean, we got in here, we got our 1-to-1, got our base hit, moved to break even, and got a little bit extra from that, and the price went down from there. So good overall trade. Still a little bit negative on this for the month. I'm okay with that. All right, next up is Bob. Bob is the strategy I've been trading now for 4 or 5 years. So let's dive in and take a look at what it looks like. Let me know, by the way, if you can hear and see. I don't want to be. I've done that before where I've been talking away and no one could hear me. So drop me a comment and say if you can hear me, and we'll go from there. So. We had a trade we got in yesterday. Oh, look at that, euro pound. We almost. Oh, so this is what kills you sometimes. You're like, oh my goodness, look at this. We almost triggered. What was this? The high on this one was 215.002, and our take profit was at 215.09. So we came 7 pips from getting our first take profit on this pound yen pair. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's the whole point of this is swing trading. It requires patience. So in a couple of days, it'll be up there, and we'll be all right. So we've got the pound yen we got in yesterday. You saw me do that one live, and we're just waiting. There's nothing to do here. Yeah. So what do you mean there's nothing to do? For the most part, on this particular strategy of mine, I have some components that you see here on the screen that tell me when to get in, and then once I'm in, I have a set of rules. I don't necessarily do a lot of messing with my trades, but I do manage the trade a little bit. One of the things that I look at is news, and whether or not there's going to be some impactful news for a forex pair. For me, just means is there an election in that country, and does that country's bank of something going to have a interest rate announcement. So nothing to do here. Sorry, I'm looking at comments and moving forward. All right, so let's just run through it. This is where I need my producer with me. He usually handles all the comments. But anyway, so going through the pairs that I trade live, we'll just cycle through them. We've got Aussie yen, nothing to do here. And let me just give you a quick brief of how this system is set up. So as you can see, we've got a red line and a green line right here. That's my line in the sand. If price is above it, I'm only going long, and if price is below it, I'm only going short. The white lines just represent one standard deviation above and below from this black center line that you can't see. And that lets me know whether the price has moved enough or yet or not. So I get in on new trends. So when something goes from a short to a long, or from a long to a short, that's when I can get in. In the case of this one, it's just been long this whole time. Now, if it pulls back into this area and then back out of it again, then I can get back into it. So this would have been an entry right here, and that would be the only one since earlier on. So nothing to do here on Aussie yen. Here is a new trade. Oh, we looked at this yesterday. Aussie Kiwi, and I may have missed it yesterday. I don't know why I didn't see this one yesterday. It happens sometimes. So when we have been inside here, I think I know why. Did we have? Let me go to the supply and demand tool. See if there's something there. No, there's not. Interesting. Well, did we just miss it yesterday? Apparently we missed that one yesterday. So here was our entry yesterday, and guys, this happens every once in a while. You'll just miss a trade. When we looked at this thing yesterday afternoon, I didn't see this here. This was a chance to get in. And so we would have probably hit our first take profit already on this one. Had I seen it, it happens. you just miss things. So missed that one yesterday. Nothing to do today. But watch the fact that, oh, look, we missed it. All right, moving on. Aussie US, nothing to do there. Swiss, by the way, you say, why was that a trade setup? Well, because we pulled back into no man's land and then we closed back above it again. You can see we did it here, but our main indicator, which is red and green, tells us long and short, did not agree with the direction. It was still saying nothing. So we didn't do anything. And then we pulled back down, up again, nothing. And then this is the first chance we had yesterday to actually get in on this trend as it was continuing up. And again, we missed it. All right, so moving on. We were on Aussie US, nothing to do. Swiss yen, nothing to do there. So here was an opportunity to get back in. There's an opportunity to get back in. You see them all along these yen pairs. They do a really good job of trending. Nothing to do. Euro pound. Oh my goodness. This morning we were way down here. This thing was up, I don't know. Euro pound, this was probably up $500-$600 this morning. But you can see it has really reversed on us. And that is okay. I mean, I expected this demand zone to have a reaction, to bounce price off of it. It's not just going to blow right through. It could. The likelihood is it's not. So, yeah, I got my base hit. I moved my stop loss to break even. And if it gets stopped out at break even, okay. I made some money off of this. I'm not going to cry out the fact that it has bounced from where it was. So, yeah, price is retracing. Nothing I can do about that. Matter of fact, it's coming within the 10 pip. See how this is flashing red? That means that price is now within 10 pips of the stop loss. So I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm just following the plan. Euro yen. So right now we've closed back above after having been inside it. So this would be a entry to go back long again, except that the main indicator down here, it doesn't say green. Let me look. How close are we to being green? This might have happened yesterday on Aussie Kiwi. So it is 0.305 and it needs to be at 0.379. So it's probably not going to flip green, but this is the case where we might just miss it again on purpose. Not that we didn't see it, but we said, hey, nothing to do here because this is not green. Pound Aussie. This one has been running for a while. We've moved our stop on. Oh, actually, I think about it. We're out. Remember this one came down, bounced, tagged us on our trailing stop, and then continued on down. Oh well. Pound Swiss, nothing to do here. This is saying go long, and we are below the baseline. So I'm not doing anything when those two are in conflict with one another. Pound yen, we were way up here. Like I said at the beginning, we bounced off of it. Nothing to do but wait. I mean, this is a swing trade, right? It shouldn't take it. We should be in these for a couple of days. Longest one I've been in recently was 2 months. That was kind of unusual. Oh my goodness. Talk about almost getting tagged out. With this one, Kiwi Swiss, we got into this 129. When was that? Last week? And got our first take profit right below this supply zone. Bounced off of it pretty hard. And now it's coming down. And we may get stopped out at our break even here, or our break even plus a little bit. Low there is 46,463, and our stop loss is 46,45. So it came within 2 pips against stopped out. It happens. Kiwi yen, nothing to do. All right, so we're done with Bob on this. Nothing to do on any of that, but to just move on. So we're done with Bob. Now it's time to switch over to Frank. And this morning, this was up at 10,600. I was 3/4 of the way to being, this is my prop firm account, to passing the prop firm challenge this morning. But as you can see on the euro pound, we came down and, oh gosh, now we're actually negative. That's a big move for euro pound. We were down here, and this one's actually set at 1.5 to 1, not 1 to 1. Why is that? I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But anyway, we have retraced a lot. But we're still in an overall downtrend. I'm looking for this thing to continue on in the right direction. Not worried about it. Let's just take a look at all of the trades we have on currently. So we've got Swiss yen going in our direction. I'm happy with that. Euro pound, like we mentioned, price came down and probably would have. Oh my goodness, it came within just a hair's breadth of getting our Is there a specific prop firm that you recommend? Here's what I do recommend. Can I post a comment here? I think I can. www.propfirmmatch.com. Let's see if I can, in fact, post my own comment. And so I have no affiliation with these people other than the fact that I use them. This is basically Yelp for prop firms. You go there and you can sort and filter by country, by the size of the account, by how long they've been in business, by whether they use MT5 or Matcher, all of those things, by ratings, by payouts. So it's a great resource if you just want to wrap your arms around all the prop firms that are out there and then see which one fits you the best. Because at the end of the day, prop firms are a really good tool, but make sure it fits you. So look at your rules and make sure that your rules aren't going to require too much tweaking to adhere to the rules of the prop firm. For instance, I'm a swing trader. I have to hold my trades over the weekend. Some prop firms don't allow that. Therefore, I don't trade those prop firms. Currently, I am trading with DarwinX, which is my favorite. DarwinX 0 for Americans, DarwinX, the mothership for non-Americans. They are my favorite. But I also have used City Traders Imperium. I have one now. I've used FTMO in the past. Actually, FTMO just bought Awanda, which I have a live account with. I have used the Fiverr. So those are the ones that I have used, have personal experience with, would gladly go back to any of those. Main issue I've got is that for reasons of government, we Americans are not allowed, for the most part, to use MT5, which is my favorite platform. So anyway, you're welcome, Mark. All right. Euro pound is retraced. Nothing I can do about that. Kiwi Swiss. We got about 3/4 of the way to our first take profit, and now it has fallen back down. It happens. We had one more open. Hang on. Our trade on oil triggered this morning. I remember that. So this goes from light blue now to dark blue. Let's take a look at that. Oh, look at that. So this setup on Frank it has just one indicator, which is a whole moving average. I like it because it changes color. And then it relies on candle formation, which is an engulfing pattern. So the rule is if price is below the hole is green, and you get an engulfing, a bullish engulfing candle. What does that mean? This candle is bigger than the previous candle. It basically engulfs it. The high is higher and the low is lower. And you think about what that means in mentality standpoint. So you had price ended the day here yesterday, and then the bears, the sellers, drove price all the way down, and then the buyers took over and drove price all the way back up to the point where it engulfed this one. That means it's a lot of buying power there. So it's a good place to get in. So what do you do here for a little bit of confirmation? You simply set your entry at a buy stop. Your entry is the high of that candle, and your stop loss is the low of that candle. So it's just one moving average and one candle formation, and that's it. There's no other rules. This one's just, that's why I call it Frankenstein. It's just dead simple. I love it. And I'm doing pretty well on this. I've got an 83% win rate, and we're 3/4 of the way, thereabouts, to passing our prop firm challenge on that. I don't think I have any more, but new trades to look at. But this is why I love having an indicator like this on TradingView. I love TradingView because it's free. I have a paid version, but you can get a free version. And everyone can use it. And here's the best part. You're looking at it on your phone. There's no phone app version that looks different. It's identical to this. You draw something on your screen here on your desktop, it shows up on your phone version. So let's just cycle through them real quickly. And I'm looking for a green or a red triangle. If I don't see it, I move on. So this is what we do. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing. Nope, nothing there. It was yesterday, and we're in. Nothing there, nothing there. And so I'm just looking for a green triangle below the candle or a red triangle above the candle. Nope. Just cycling. There was one yesterday, and we got in yesterday. No, we've been in this one for a while. Could you have gotten in again with an added to the position? Sure, you absolutely could have. Back test it, see what it does for you. I don't. Nothing wrong with that. It's just the way I trade. Keep going. Nothing there, nothing there. And hang on. That was a couple of days ago. See, this is this is where I got in. Right here. Got a little bit late, not quite sure why. This is our euro pound trade. Yep. Nothing Nothing. By the way, everybody identifies, I say everybody, people can identify engulfing candles differently. And every broker can say, depending on when the broker ends its day, that's when the thing has its cutoff point. That's the body of the candle. So I actually, in this particular indicator that I have, it's got a built-in buffer, like 15%, something like that. So I'm just scanning through looking for that signal, and I'm not seeing anything so far. And we're getting close to the ends, and US CAD, US Swiss, US Yen, and there's nothing. So there's nothing new happening on Frank today. Like I said, overall, Frank's having a good year. We're up $552 in closed balance. Need to get to $800 to get the fully funded $10,000 account there. I think this thing cost me, I don't want to lie to you, $50, $80, something like that. All right, that's Frank. And now let's switch over to Forest. Forest is the other dead simple. Hang on, do I have a graphic for these guys? Banners, media assets. Yes, so here it is. So Frank and Forest and Bob are the three trend strategies that I trade. All right, so this is my fully funded, it's my own personal Awanda account for Forex. Got $100 in there, and for reasons, right? So when I first started a strategy, I started off on demo, traded on demo for 3 or 4 months, gather data, see what it looks like in the real world. Then I go to a very small, laughably small account size. I love Awanda for that because you can open an account with $10, and then you're trading 25 cents to make 50 cents, that kind of a thing. $100 account, I'll trade this for a couple of months. And then at that point, when it's proven itself, when I have proven to myself I can trade it with discipline and that it works to my satisfaction, then I will make a decision, either put more real money into it or then put it over on a prop firm account. So our open trades right here, we're missing one. We had 4 yesterday. Let's see where they are. First things first, what? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's right. I'll show you that one. US Yen is missing for a very good reason. Let's go here. All right, these I think are signified over on TradingView with purple. So Aussie Kiwi. Hang on. Forest. Save. Forest. There we go. Aussie Kiwi. That's US Yen. I'll come to that in a minute. Why I got out of that one. So you can see we had our new red, new blue dots. We pulled back. I don't know why I got in so late. It could just be a difference between TradingView and the actual market. But we're up about 2/3 of the way to our take profit. CAD Swiss is more or less hovering around the entry. Everything is showing red. That's why I got into it. And then Euro USD is, again, hovering around the entry. And you say, well, hang on, I thought you said you entered at the moving average. Well, to keep me from having to adjust my entries every single day, I will go somewhere in between. So, and I'll pick like a whole number. So right now the entry was 1790, and because that's about half. It was close to the blue, but I know that over time this blue is going to move up a little bit. So I just I don't always have it dead on. My buddy Rolando's got an algorithm that runs on his MT5 platform that literally says this is the 30 WMA, linear weighted moving average, that triggers it when it hits the 30. But this is a daily chart thing. I don't want to be here doing that much. So I sort of give it some buffer room between the two moving averages for my entry. All right. So I actually closed my US Yen trade this morning, right around here. Why did I do that? Because I came to it and thought, why am I in this trade? I'm in this thing short. And in order to be in this thing at all, I have to have my, by the way, this down here is just a reflection of these two moving averages. When the fast is on top of the slow, we're going long, so this says green. When the fast is under the slow, we're going short, which flies red. So this is just a reflection of these two moving averages. But this longer term hold, these are 45, this is 200, has to be in agreement. I come here, I'm like, hang on, the hull is green. Why am I in this thing short? Again, things happen. So the minute I recognized I had made a mistake, I'm out. Don't know why I was in the first place. And so, by the way, over here on Instagram, I cannot show the Instagram comments over here on StreamYard. But Shinko says, hi. So anyway, there's that. Let's take a quick look at our pending orders. Euro Swiss, it's a long way away. Euro Kiwi, maybe that's coming back. Pound Aussie, same kind of a thing. I've got my entries right below this 30 here to give it a little bit of wiggle room because I might not be back tomorrow to look at it. I trade the daily chart to give myself time. I don't want to be on my computer for 4 or 5 hours a day. I want to get my trading done in the half an hour that I give myself for all of my trading and be done. I was hoping to show you guys my wheel strategy, my monthly option strategy, because I have not yet done this month's option, but I don't think I'm going to have time. US CAD. This one might trigger. I think US CAD and US Swiss are both in the same area. Yeah. So this one might trigger. I had one on here that Sean over in our community group called one of them an ACB trade. It ain't coming back. Like this one. I could conceivably have an entry on this, but it ain't coming back. It's way too high. So that is Forest. That is pretty much it for the day. Like I said, I've got the wheel that I need to do this month's option strategy on. And let me just show you real quick what I would be doing if I had the time to do it. So let me go over to my income. This is one of the benefits of having a paid version of TradingView. If you're going to do it, wait till Black Friday sales. It's like $800 a year, and then they lop $700 off of it. So I get into it a lot cheaper. So normally I do a wheel option on one of these two just because they're a lower cost. So this last month I sold, it says purchased, that's incorrect. I sold 5 puts, $2 puts on Plug. They are a hydrogen fuel cell manufacturer. And I sold them on the January 30th expiration. I sold them back here. Collected my premium and it expired worthless. And so I will probably go do that again. And this gave me, I don't know, $100 into my account. So $100. And I'm actually, how do you calculate your risk on that? So 5 $2 contracts. It was about $1,000 allocation. So I made $100 on that $1,000 allocation. So cash on cash return is 10%. Here's the thing. It's tying up margin. It's not actually tying up any of my money. So it's like I'm borrowing money for collateral and never using it. If that makes sense. My brother Pierre pointed this out to me. So it's a way to actually, anyway. So I don't know how you calculate the return on borrowed money that you never actually borrow. Infinite return. This was about a 10% in 1 month trade. And I'll probably do the same thing. I go for some of these lower costs. This one is RX Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Oh, look at that. It expired way back here from my last put in December. And now it's done. So the wheel strategy is simply find a stock you wouldn't mind owning, sell a put where you wouldn't mind getting into it. And then if you get assigned, you sell a call where you wouldn't mind getting out. So in the case of this, if this had triggered and I suddenly was the proud owner of 100 shares of Recursion Pharmaceutical, I would have turned around and sold a call up here at 5 and then just kept doing it over and over and over again. And if I got triggered, I'd collect my my dollar of capital gains plus all the premium. So that's the wheel strategy in a nutshell. Hoping I can get that done. So, guys, that is today's trading. My system is as boring as watching paint dry. It is slow and it's steady. It's about combined. It's about 5% a month. 5% a month compounds out to 50, 60% a year. I'm okay with that. Could I make more? Sure. But I'm trading for less than 30 minutes a day, and I'm over the moon with what I can get off of that amount of time. So I'm going to cut this thing off at the 25-minute mark. If anybody has any questions, you can email me, Pepper at Godly Trading. You can go to godlytrading.com and find the contact information. With that, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow.